Hello, here we are in Family Sociology 2, and what I want to first do is walk you through your syllabus. Now it's important to note that your syllabus is kind of like your map of what we're going to be doing every week in the course. Now remember, this is an online course, and I know that sounds kind of obvious, but you might be surprised how many people are surprised to find themselves in an online class. So the syllabus is really just a way of telling you what's going on every single week. And the reason why I posted the no extension video is because everything that you need for the dates when the things are open and when they're closed and when they're due are all in the syllabus. And why you did the checklist is to make sure that you have this, and it's the only reason why you need it for the most part is keep track and make sure that you can do your time management. Now what you're going to find in the syllabus is a combination of things. You find how to access me and how to contact me. Now you'll also find that in Blackboard. You can see your textbook there that you need, and I would emphasize you need, because the tests that you do, you can have your resources in front of you, but if you don't have a textbook, you're going to rely on what? Maybe your notes, maybe you have your computer to watch videos while you're doing the test, but you've only got 3 hours to do the test, and you can do 2 times to test twice. And if you only have time to do it once, and I've had that experience quite a few times for students, it took 3 hours to do one test and they didn't do as well as they thought. Have your textbook, have notes, be prepared. You'll find the tests aren't as challenging as you think. But if you have no preparation and you haven't got your textbook to rely on, you may find that a very difficult thing to do. Now you'll find also around student services support, you pay for these services through your tuition. If you have needs that are covered by these responsible people, please take a time and go through and ask them for the support. They can provide you with that kind of support. They're very good, very confidential, and I hope you take advantage of them if you need them. Now what you see following that is student evaluation, how we're doing this. Now you're seeing that you're going to have 3 tests. Now what you also see here is 3 tests. One's 14, one's 14, and one's 12. What I will do, and it can't be reflected in Blackboard unfortunately, but I'll do this in my Excel spreadsheet before I hand marks in, is that I'll take your lowest test and give that 12%, and I'll put the other 2 tests at 14. You're going to have an assignment. It's 30% of the mark. I think it's a neat assignment. I hope you enjoy it. I enjoyed putting it together, and I enjoy seeing the results of this. And then you're going to do some journals, and they're worth 30% as well. Now a little description about what's to be expected along those lines. And then the meat of the syllabus is the color coding part of the syllabus. And this is where you can see within the week what we're going to be doing, what the topic is. Then you're going to see a readings list, and if you look more carefully, you see there's an online list. So the reading list tells you what subject we're going to be covering, what chapter, and therefore probably where you should be going in your textbook to read. The online piece will tell you what sorts of things are expected of you online. And then the last column, if there's a color associated with the week, that means there's something due for you to hand in or to do online. And so if you scroll down a bit, you'll see that in the second week, checklist is due on the 22nd. Mentioned that in the video for checklist. You'll see that in your checklist in week one folder. And then also the first journal is there. So you can see there's an open date and a closed date and time. They're non-negotiable. You miss it, you miss it. Not opening it up again at a later time. Okay, so pay attention to your syllabus for these reasons. It tells you when things are. Then you see in week 4, the first test. It tells you when it's open, January 31st at 5 p.m. and then it's closed on February 5th at 11:59. All right, so everything's listed there and you need to follow suit with it, and that's why there's no extensions, because everything's in your syllabus. You need to put it into your device, your phone, your tablet, your hanging calendar on top of your fridge or whatever you got. Make sure you keep track of stuff. Now every week is broken down that way. There's a note as to when study week is, so please don't show up, or you can do work during study week. Blackboard's always open, but of course the school there won't be any classes, so don't go to class. The last piece on your syllabus is academic honesty and plagiarism. Please pay attention to this. It does apply to this class, even though it doesn't look like this is one that's going to necessarily revolve around academic honesty. You are allowed to work in a group, but there is some individual work, and please don't share your work with one another. It's important that you do your own work. Okay, that was kind of quick, but please take the time, review your syllabus, be familiar with it, transfer important dates, and be responsible for your own education. All right, I look forward to going through this content. It's exciting. Family sociology is a great subject. We all have a family. We were born into one, and many of us are going to produce one later in our lives, if not already. And so getting some insights as to what goes on in the family experience through a sociological perspective can be very useful as well as very interesting. So good luck, and look forward to having a chance to meet everybody. Bye now.